Hi everyone, it's Abby Glassenberg from Craft Industry Alliance, fixing my scarf. How are you? I hope you're having a great day today. We are here live every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern to talk to one of our members. And today we're going to be talking to Mary Langdon from Hugs, Shrugs. So I'm very excited to talk with Mary all about her work, which is awesome. So Mary, you can request to join the live when you have a minute. While we're waiting for Mary to join us, I wanted to just tell you a little bit about what's going on over here at Craft Industry Alliance. So we have a new podcast episode that just aired on Monday, and it is an interview with Anne Butera from My Giant Strawberry. So if you don't know Anne, she is a watercolor artist, and she makes the most beautiful botanical watercolor drawings and paintings, obviously. And she's a self-taught artist. She became an artist kind of mid-career, and she has just beautiful sort of inspirational approach to connecting with her creativity. And Anne also teaches on Skillshare. You're not going to believe this, but she has 23 classes that she has taught on Skillshare, which is just like an incredible number of classes. And one of the things that we talk about is what makes a good Skillshare class. So if you've ever thought about teaching either on Skillshare or just teaching an online class in general, it's a great episode to tune into because she talks about how to make a trailer for your class and just in general kind of, she says, Hugs, not Shrugs. Oh, here we go. Sorry, 1 second. There we go. Hugs requested to join. So just in general, what makes a great online class. So that would be a really good episode to tune into. You can find that at Craft Industry Alliance if you search for that on your favorite podcast player or on Apple iTunes or on Spotify. So that's one thing to look out for. We also just sent out our email newsletter this morning, which has a roundup of links to all kinds of news that is happening in the crafts industry, including, I don't know if you saw, but Webb's Yarn Shop out in Northampton and online was just bought by Love Crafts, which is a UK-based startup. So that was kind of interesting. We put a little piece up about that on our website. That was in our news roundup this week, along with lots of other craft industry news. So if you're interested in learning about what's going on in the industry, every week we send out that newsletter on Wednesday mornings. Oh, it says Hugs through Shrugs, you're having trouble joining. So do you want to request to join again, Mary, and I'll let you in, see if that might work. Or you could switch. I know, Mary, you were going to join with your iPad, maybe switch to your iPhone and see, or your phone, if it's not iPhone, your smartphone, and see if you want to join that way. Mary, try joining through your phone instead of through your iPad and see if that will work. And then request to join again. So you can find our newsletter at craftindustryalliance.org. And that's also where you'll find information about becoming a member. We are a member-based organization, so we would love to have you as a member, and you can find that information there as well. And let's see, what else did I work on today? Oh gosh, so many things. We have a new post up that I wrote this morning all about Substack. Have you heard about Substack? It's fairly new. I guess it's about 2.5 years old. Email service provider that is on the market now. And the cool thing about Substack, couple cool things. One is that it's free, so you don't have to pay by like the number of subscribers that you have, or you don't have to pay like a monthly fee, anything like that, like you would with Flowdesk or with MailChimp or one of the others. It's always free, so that's pretty cool. And then the other cool thing about it is you can make a paid version of your newsletter. You can actually, okay, Mary, you're on your phone now. Great. So request to join again. You can charge people for your newsletter, which is really cool. So if you wanted to have like a paid version of your newsletter that you send out for free, and then a paid version, so a free version and a paid version, you can do that with Substack. So I think that's really neat and could be a neat new kind of monetization option for some craft business owners. So I talked to a bunch of people who have Substack newsletters, including book agent Kate McKean. I talked to Kim Worker. I talked to one person, Lisa Chamoff, who used to have a Substack newsletter and decided it wasn't right for her at this time. I talked to a whole bunch of people about it and then kind of go through all of the different features of Substack. So if you're kind of intrigued by Substack and think maybe it could be right for you, head over to craftindustryalliance.org. You can check out that post. Mary, you're saying that your requests are not being accepted. Let me see if I can. I'm going to put you through and see if that will help. It says it's waiting, and now it's connecting. And there you are.
Hi. Okay.
Hi, how are you?
We turn around here. Sorry,
oh no, now you're upside down.
My iPad is working, and I just took it off my stand. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds.
No problem. I'm glad you're not upside down anymore. That would have been a little bit making me seasick.
How's that?
Oh, it looks great. And you've got really beautiful purple yarn behind you. So that's an awesome backdrop.
Well, thanks. I have to reposition myself. Well, we know that in an emergency, I can think, right?
Yeah, you totally got it figured out. You know, a lot of the people who come on our IGTV Live, this is their very first IGTV Live, so it's always exciting. And so, Mary, can you just kind of give us like a background and tell us what is Hugs Through Shrugs? I know I had met you, I don't know whether it was like a year ago or something like that. We had an event in New York City, and we met very briefly, but it was lovely. And so maybe just kind of tell our viewers today a little bit about what it is that you do and what this organization is all about.
Well, I've been working with my mastermind group, and I think one of my members might have joined, Arlene. So hi, Arlene. So we are trying to come up with a quick way to summarize what we do. So I would say Hugs Through Shrugs is a charity with a side hustle. The charity being an organization that wraps love and support around moms battling pediatric cancer or those whose lives have been touched by pediatric cancer. And the side hustle is how we fund ourselves, which is through yarn sales. So we have a dual thing going on.
Okay. That's great. I think that you did a very good job summing it up with your elevator speech. So tell us first how you personally came to this mission. Was this something that personally happened to you, or did you know somebody this happened to, or how did you come to feel passionately about this topic?
Well, I had a few scares with my own children. My one daughter, we got a cancer diagnosis when she was a freshman in high school, and we had a few weeks of fear, not knowing what was happening, and it turned out to be a false alarm. She did have surgery, and what they were concerned about turned out to be just an unusual cluster of blood vessels that had formed in her arm. But we did have that time period in our lives that, if I think about it now, my body just goes cold from the fear. And then a few years later, my second daughter, when she was a freshman in high school, she started having grand mal seizures. And luckily for us, she doesn't have them anymore. 10 years of being on medication and living kind of a guarded life with that, always being on top of things, which is one of the reasons why I wound up opening a yarn shop. She was a freshman in high school, and she was in a private school that took me quite a bit of time to get to. So I opened up a yarn shop close to her school so I could always be close by if she needed me. But the charity part of it came after my yarn shop closed and my kids were grown. And I spent a lot of time up in Newport, Rhode Island, where I started helping a charity up there who provides birthday party boxes to children's hospitals in case your child's in the hospital on their birthday. And it was through that work where I was in Hasbro Children's Hospital and a few others, a lot of contact with child life people who were accepting these boxes. I came home from Newport thinking I need to do more with my time at home. Having owned a yarn shop and knowing the generosity in the knit and crochet community, I combined all these little pieces and started delivering these care packages to my local Ronald McDonald House. And then over time, it's just morphed into improving our distribution, the most effective ways to get to the moms. And the pandemic opened up the opportunity when hospitals were on hold and they couldn't accept our donations. We still had work to do. And that's where now our most recent additions and the most effective way to get through to the moms are working with other small charities who support pediatric cancer families, like Momcology, Hayden's Heart, Crescent Cove, and a number of others. Momcology offers pediatric peer support groups, and one of the hospitals they are in is Dana-Farber up in Boston.
Yeah.
So working through an organization like Momcology, not only we will be in several locations in the hospitals that they're already connecting with these moms, but during the pandemic, they started having a lot of their retreats virtually. So they give me the home addresses of the moms who will be attending their retreats, and I'm able to ship Shrugs to Texas, California. One I shipped right down the road, a mom who lives a half an hour away from me. We shipped one to her. So we ship the Shrugs to them so they all have something in common that kind of binds them together and allows our knitters and crocheters the opportunity to directly support these moms who are going through a difficult time.
Okay, so tell us exactly sort of the mechanics of how the program works. So you, for example, get for a retreat, something like that, you get a list of these moms. They're all kind of in need of some TLC. They're going through an incredibly difficult, scary time with their child. And you want to provide them with, as you said, this shrug, this hug.
Little comfort.
So how does it work sort of on an actual practical basis?
Well, let me show you first. Our Shrugs are like blankets, blanket sweaters, if you want to phrase it that way. And they are laced closed, and the moms can either wear them like a shawl with sleeves or unlace the sleeves and use them as a blanket. Now, we have patterns on our website. We like to use chunky, heavy stitches. This is one of our Shrugs. You could see they go very fast because we're using 19 knitting needles or Tunisian crochet. You can order kits from us. We have acrylic kits that can get you started. And we sell hand-dyed yarns that just help fund us in a different way. So if you wanted to support us, you go to our website, which is hugsthroughshrugs.org, and you can see the different ways that you can get started.
Okay.
Including now we have monthly Zooms on the first Thursday of each month. So if you wanted to join us and ask questions and talk to some of our other volunteers, you don't have to live in New Jersey to support us. We're supporting moms all across the United States, and you could still work with us and ship us your Shrugs, and we will get them to moms.
Okay, so I could go on hugsthroughshrugs.org. I can, if I'm a knitter or a crocheter, either one, I can buy the kit, or can I use my own yarn and just get the pattern?
You can definitely do that. We have a pattern online. We have some yarn choices that if you were to go to a big box store, a lot of our yarns are Lion brand yarns. And we combine 2 or 3 strands to make it nice and cozy. So it's a blanket or a shrug. Or if you're interested in learning Tunisian crochet, which is even easier than knitting, and probably easier than, it's not faster than crochet, but it's definitely faster than knitting. And we get a lot done. This Tunisian crochet one is done for Momcology, and we use a U crochet hook. And we have a tutorial that we sell for $20, and everything we sell funds our mission. Our little tutorial comes with a hook and some practice yarn, the link to our tutorial, and it gets you started. And Tunisian crochet is super fast. And that's how we've done over 1,000 Shrugs. We have many knitters and crocheters who have converted over, and we'll guide you through that process. And
that's wonderful. So after I'm finished with my project, I put it in a box. I mail it directly to you.
To me.
Okay. And then you have all the inventory there of the finished shawls, and then you are Shrugs, and then you are figuring out where the need is, who needs what, matching that up, and then sending it out to the moms who need it and getting those matches made. That's like what that's your role.
Yeah. For instance, Hayden's house, which is a retreat house for moms whose children have passed away. That's here in New Jersey. they need 100 shrugs between May and November. So our 4 colorways for our kits are faith, hope, courage, and grace. The grace colorway is what we allocate towards the Hayden's house. Momcology, coincidentally, their colors and our hope colorway are so similar that it's kind of on brand with them. So if somebody were to buy a hope colorway and send it back to us, our kit does have a return label. You'll have to pay for postage to get the shrugs to us, but it has also a card for a mom. So the makers are actually part of the process. Your message to a mom goes on the shrug. So we just help get your gift to the moms. And we just put a simple message on there, and all that information is on our website.
That's wonderful. So this is just such a nice thing to do. You could do this even with like a teenage child or with somebody who is older. I mean, you could do this with a group of moms in your area or moms and dads in your area, a group of people that you know. I mean, this is just like something that you could do in your community to bring people together and then donate all of them together. I could just see so many ways that people would want to participate and to be able to give back. And it really, and you sent me one of your shrugs, so I can speak to the fact that they are beautifully made and incredibly warm, and they really are like a hug, and they're beautiful to wear. I mean, they're also just like something you want to wear. So
we try to make the mom smile. You know, the recipient, we want to brighten their day for a few minutes. And another thing, I am in this mastermind group that is fabulous. And one of our homework things, we're challenging ourselves. My sister's coming over today, and we're going to be starting our podcast, which we have a few episodes, but I actually think I'm going to take the viewers on today's podcast into the dye studio. So if you're interested in our dye process, which is different, we dye the skeins individually. And we say they're as unique as every mother's journey. And we always infuse a heart into the dye pan. It's a lengthy process, but it's a mindful and an intentional process. So that's something, stepping out of our comfort zone. Aside from this today, I think the podcast is going to be a little easier than me getting on here today. But the mastermind group is pushing me out of my comfort zone, and I think I'm going to take people into the dye studio today. So
that's fantastic. And the mastermind group, just for people who are like, what is that? That's a group that Craft Industry Alliance facilitates, and it's between 4 and 6 people, and you get to meet every other week for 3 months, talk about your business goals, help each other set goals for the next time you meet, be accountable for those goals, push yourselves out of your comfort zone, and really grow together as a group. So that's wonderful to hear that you all are doing all of those things together.
We are.
Yeah, that's great. Mary, is there anything we missed that is important for people who are watching to know?
I mean, if you're not a maker, if you're not, well, all of us are makers, but if you're not a knitter or crocheter and you'd like to pitch in and help, really explore Tunisian crochet. We could walk you through it, and, you know, you can get started, or, you know, just spread the word. That's a challenge for our mastermind group, is exposing ourselves on social media. So it is important for the Craft Industry Alliance members to support each other by liking and sharing and helping us grow that way. Because even if you don't know someone personally, if you share a post, there might be a mom. We're getting in the community more, the pediatric cancer community. And lately we've had several pediatric cancer moms who have received shrugs reaching out to us and asking if we could send a shrug to a mom they personally know who's battling right now. So the more likes and shares and however this works, the more moms we can reach together.
Yes.
It doesn't even have to cost anything more than sharing or liking.
That's 100% true. Just share the Hugs Through Shrugs account on your stories. If you're watching this right now, that's incredibly helpful. So that somebody watching your stories on your account might say, oh, I know somebody who could use this, or I know somebody who's a maker who might want to contribute to this in their own community. So that's fantastic. Well, this has been awesome. I love learning about it. Congratulations to you for starting this and for helping to facilitate this for so many people. It makes a huge difference in people's lives. And I just think it's fantastic. So I'm so happy to have connected with you. I'm super happy to have you as a member of Craft Industry Alliance and just to know you.
Well, Abby, thank you so much. And thank you for this opportunity. And this pushed me out of my comfort zone because I am not good at this whole thing. But if I could do it, anybody can do it. So Send me a
Yes, we
message
can
if you're scared.
we can totally do it. Now that you've done it once, you're going to be doing it all the time. That's what I
Oh
think.
yeah, that'll be the next mastermind challenge. Arlene, if you're still there, we all have to
Yes,
go live on
absolutely.
Instagram.
You guys got to get on IGTV Live now. So, all right. Well, thank you everybody who watched today, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.